Hi, my name is Ya'ara Elia, and along with my sister, my biological sister Rakefet, we've created this beautiful community called LifeBloom. We help moms devoted to their self-growth and self-awareness journey transform from a life of constant guilt, burnout, and putting themselves last to creating a life of authentic joy, of balance, and real self-fulfillment. If that's you, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Now, since we're moms ourselves and we know the struggles of being a mom, we've compiled a PDF with the 10 most burning questions we faced in our lives, and we also received from other moms. And this PDF, along with the answers to how to work through these burning questions, is waiting for you down in our description box. You can download it completely for free. Go check that out at the end of the video. Now let's dive into our journaling journey. Go ahead and grab your journal. You can also download the PDF attached to this video with the journaling prompts, so you can do it with yourself later. But I would really recommend to grab your journal and do it together with me right now. So hit pause, go grab your journal. I'll be here waiting. So let's begin. First of all, taking your journal, grabbing a cup of tea, maybe lighting a candle next to you, setting the mood so that you know and your body and your mind knows that this is time for self-reflection, this is self-care time, this is time for me. Now, grabbing your journal, let's just dive into this topic. I'm going to have my little prompts here near me, so I'm going to be looking a little bit and coming back. So the first step in our journaling journey is to recognize the guilt in our day-to-day, right? We have this mom guilt. It appears everywhere, but let's reflect on what it really looks like in our day-to-day. So the first thing you want to write in your journal is this: what are all the things I judged myself for today, as a mom, as a woman, in every role I hold? What are all the things I judged myself for today, as a mom, as a woman, in every role I hold? You can hit pause on this video and answer this question honestly, with your hand on your heart. Really write it down, even if it might be a long list. Take this time for yourself. I'll be here when you finish. Great. So I'm assuming that you wrote this question for yourself in your journal, or maybe you're gonna go ahead and write it later. Both are great. We're gonna go on to the second question, the second journaling prompt. And it's this one: what story do each of these judgments tell me about who I am? What story does each of these judgments throughout my day tell me about who I am? So in other words, what conclusion did I draw from them about me? What did the little voice inside me tell me about myself? So for example, if I didn't do all the things I was supposed to do in my to-do list, that means I'm not good enough. If I didn't cook a home-cooked meal for my children today, that means I'm not a good mom. I'm a bad mom because they didn't have fresh food. What is the story that your head came up with to pull out from this judgment? So again, here's the journaling prompt. What story did each and every one of these judgments tell me about who I am? So go ahead and pause this video, write it in your journal, or write it together. I'll be here when you're done. Okay, assuming that you've written your answer, we're transitioning to the second step of our journaling journey. After we've recognized the judgment, and you're going to notice that these things that you judge yourself today for, you're judging yourself on every day. So it's not just today, right? You're noticing it today, but you're probably noticing it every day. And every day you tell yourself this story of, I'm not good enough, I'm a bad mom, I'm a bad wife, whatever it is, the story that you're drawing from this judgment, you're telling yourself this in every day and in every moment. But what do we do with this? Because we don't want to live with this inner environment, right? It creates an inner environment of hostility. It's like there's this little voice inside us constantly reminding us that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy of love, and it just creates, let's be honest, a shitty feeling inside us. And we don't want to live like that. No. As moms, as women, in the self-growth journey, who are devoted to our wellness and to our happiness, we know that we don't want to live like that. We don't want to create that kind of life and that kind of environment for our children. So what do? We need to start transforming this story. So we're transitioning to the second stage of our journaling journey. Here it is. Grab your journal. Here's the next question. In the moment when I feel guilty, what does my inner child truly need for me? In that moment when I feel guilty, in that moment of guilt, not just right now, but try to remember back when you felt that guilt and self-judgment for yourself. What did your inner child truly need for you in that moment? So another question, in another way to put it, if you've done some inner child work, and if you haven't, go check out some of our inner child works, because we have a really long playlist just about inner child work. I'm going to link right here the inner child meditation, which is extreme heart opening and a beautiful meditation that I love to do. I'm going to link that up here for you. If you have in touch with your inner child, then use that connection. Go into your inner child motion and ask them what they need. If you don't know, then just write intuitively. Grab your pen and write without thought. My inner child would need, and that's what they would ask me, what they truly felt. Just let it flow outside of you. In that moment where I felt guilty, that's what my inner child truly needed from me. And write it down. So go ahead, pause, take your time and write down. Come back to me when you're done. And we're continuing to the next question. If guilt is not a punishment, but a signal, what is it asking me to give myself? If guilt is not a punishment, but it's actually a stop sign to notice what is going on within you, what is it actually asking you to give yourself in that moment? You're going to notice that some of these answers are going to be very similar to what your inner child truly needed. Not all of them, but many of them. Because that's the underlying emotion. Actually, guilt is just kind of this, it's like fear, right? It's our emotion system telling us that something is off. But actually there is something inside that wants to receive love, wants to be answered, a need that wants to be answered. What is that? And how can you give that to yourself? Take some time, pause this video, reflect on that, write it down in your journal. Don't just reflect on it in your mind, write it down in your journal, because writing down has such a strength. It's such a huge power to be able to reflect in writing. And it allows us to bring out things of us that maybe just speaking it out won't bring out. So really allow yourself to pour your soul to the pen and paper. It doesn't judge you. This is your true, honest, silent friend. Go ahead, pause the video and do that next. And now that you're back, we're continuing to the third and final step of our transformation journey. And that is going into gratitude and going into action. So we know the places in our life where we judge ourselves, and we know what we truly need. So now what we want is to give ourselves what we need. So question number one is this. How can I, on a daily basis, give myself the answer to my needs? How can I, on a daily basis, give myself the answer to my needs? And this could be small things. It could be noticing when I'm judging myself to flip the thought. So instead of saying, oh, I didn't do all the things in my to-do list, I'm not good enough. Maybe saying, oh, I didn't do all the things in my to-do list, I needed rest. I'm so happy I took that rest, right? It changes the story. How can I change the story? How can I give myself what I needed? Because what I needed in that moment is validation, that my needs matter. So I needed rest and I took it. And go ahead and answer that question. Write it down. How could I have answered my needs in real time? The next question for our gratitude part is this one. If I could retell the story of the day, how would I tell it? If I could retell the story of today, how would I tell it? taking all the places that I judged myself throughout the day and all the stories that I concluded and transforming the story there. So we talked a moment ago about what my inner child really needed. How can you answer the needs of your inner child in that story of today? Like we said before, if I was tired and I went to rest, what did I give myself? How is that showing my self-love and showing my self-care, and how valuable is that? Tell yourself a new story about the day you had today. Go ahead and write that. That might take some time, but really do that and think about all the things you wrote where you judged yourself and transform that story. And go ahead, do that and come back to me. So now that you're back, I want to quickly remind you that here in LifeBloom, we're all moms and we know the struggle of being a mom. And we've created a PDF with all the 10 most burning questions we hear from moms on a daily basis and all the answers and the tools on how to work with them. That PDF is waiting for you in the description down below. It's completely free to download. Go ahead and do that next. Let's move on to the next prompt. We're in the final prompt for today, and it's this one. What are 3 things you've created in your life that you're grateful for? What are 3 things you've created in your life that you're grateful for? And I want to put the emphasis here, I've created in my life. We often forget that everything we have in our lives, we've created. Your family, your relationship, your career, your personality, your lifestyle, your health, you created that with your own hands. It's not a godsend. It's not a gift that no work was put into it. So it's time to recognize that and celebrate that and appreciate that for yourself, because this is your work. This is your work. So what are 3 things, and you can write down more, that you have created in your life that you're grateful for, and really dive into it. I've created this, and the process that it took. Maybe it was challenging. I'm sure it was challenging. What are 3 things in your life that you've created that you're proud of and you can be grateful for? And tap into that emotion of gratitude. Go ahead and write that down and come back to me. Welcome back. I'm so happy that we did this little journey together, transforming from guilt to gratitude. That's what we do in LifeBloom. I talked before about the PDF with the 10 most burning questions. Go ahead and download that below. But I want to offer you another little extra help, because if you're a mom like me, I know that you're constantly facing mom guilt on a daily basis. And actually, many of us are even struggling to take a moment for self-care. We feel like self-care is selfish, and taking rest, taking some time to do our pampers, or just taking some time to take a cup of tea and read a good book. But not only is it not selfish, but it's one of the most important things you can do for yourself and for your family. So in this next video, I'm going to help you understand that and implement that into your life. Take a look at that.